Hey everyone, here for week 4 of the 2017 pro football season. Just before I get started, just want to remind everybody that everything that you hear on this video or read in the blog, feel free to use that, but understand that this is completely just my opinion on these outcomes, and just take that for what it's worth. So real quick, to sum up last week, we did miss our 10-point teaser. Had 3 teams. 2 of them did cover, 1 did lose. The 2 winners were the Bears plus 17.5. They actually won outright. And we had the Cardinals on Monday Night Football plus 13.5. They lost by 11. The 1 loser was the Seahawks and Titans under 52.5. Right before halftime, the game was 6-0, and then 10 points were scored going into halftime. And then after halftime, it's like the defenses never did show up. So they scored a ton of points in the second half. Blew that line completely out of the water. Leans did go 6-2 last week, so good there. This week I've got a 3-team 10-point teaser again. So the first leg will be the Patriots and Panthers game. Currently the Patriots are a 9-point favorite with an over-under of 48.5. The Carolina D opened up the season the first 2 weeks of being really strong, only gave up 6 points. And then they turned around last week against the Saints in a divisional game and gave up 34. I do think that they'll come back. I do think they'll bounce back from that bad week and be a little stronger. Maybe not quite as strong as they showed to be the first 2 weeks, but a little better than 34 points. Also with that, the Patriots, the last 2 weeks in wins, have scored more than 30 points. Now, if you look over in the past with NFL, you'll see that a lot of times 2 weeks in a row if a team scores more than 30 points and wins the game, the third week they tend to kind of regress a little bit. It's not going to be drastic. It's not going to be in the single digits, I don't think, but it'll be a little bit less than 30 points. With that said, I have the projected stats of Carolina rushing the ball for 95 to 115 yards, while passing between 240 to 260 yards. The Patriots I have rushing between 100 to 120 yards, while passing between 290 to 310. NFC South away dogs of 7 to 9.5 points, and the first 5 weeks of the season are 13-6, which is 68.4%. That favors obviously the Carolina Panthers. And I have the final of this game being 24-20 Patriots. So as you can see, a 4-point finish, which is well within the 9 points. So my play on this would be to take the Carolina Panthers from +9 all the way up to +19. The second leg of this teaser is going to involve the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Currently, the Bengals are 3.5-point favorite on the road with an over-under of 40 points. AFC North away favorites of 3 to 6.5 points in the first 5 weeks of the season are 10-18 for 35.7%. While the flip side of that, AFC North home dogs of 3 to 6.5 points in the first 5 weeks are 12-6, which is 66.7%. So obviously both of those favor the Browns. I have Cincinnati rushing between 70 and 90 yards, while passing between 205 to 225. While Cleveland, I look for them to rush between 110 to 130 and pass between 210 to 230. So with all that said, I think the play here is to take the Browns plus 3.5, tease them up to 13.5. And last, I have the Philadelphia Eagles against the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are currently a 1-point favorite at home, and their home field they're averaging like 20,000 people. So it's really not even a home field, it's more like a high school stadium. But currently they are a 1-point favorite at home with an over-under of 47.5. The Eagles are coming off a game against the Giants, and last week the Giants had something to prove, so they played a lot better. And even though they did play a lot better, the Eagles still came out with a win. Also, the Eagles did not record a sack last week, which against that Giants offensive line is very surprising. But I think that, with the Giants having so much to play for, I think that they played a lot better above and beyond what they should have. So I think the Eagles will be better after last week. They'll bounce back from that. Right now, some data that stands out is that NFC East away dogs of 0 to 2.5 points in the first 5 weeks of the season are 8-1 for 88.9%. the AFC West home favorites of the same point range in the same weeks are 1-4 for 20%. I have Philadelphia rushing between 110 to 130 yards while passing for 230 to 250 yards. While the home team Chargers, I have only rushing from 65 to 85 yards and passing between 260 to 280. My projected score is a 22-17 outright win by the Eagles, and therefore you take the +1 and tease it up to 11. So just to recap, I've got the Eagles +11, the Browns +13.5, and the Panthers +19. A couple leans for this week. Currently the leans are 7-2 overall for the season, and I have 2 of them this week for the Colts +13, and then on Monday Night Football the Redskins +7. So good luck with everything you do this week. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and share. Follow me at TheGoal60 on Twitter, and check out TheGoal60.com. I'll link both of the videos that came out today together in the description below, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.